What is up? What is up, guys? Welcome in. What's up? What's up? Good day, man. Tim, what's happening, brother? Let's figure out what exactly is going on right now. Welcome, Mr. F. What's up? What's up? Yeah, thanks guys for all stopping by. We're gonna go live here, talk about kind of what's going on right now in the market. I got the crypto bubbles pulled up. This is a extreme, I guess you would call it clearance on crypto. All right, so we're gonna be talking about it here. I'm gonna try to go live for about an hour. We'll get down. If you guys have any comments, feel free. I'll try to address the majority of you guys in order. We'll see what actually happens because I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people flowing into this live stream where we kind of go into kind of the news. And really, I'm with you guys. I have my ideas why the market's down. Kind of was just making some videos, going through some charts, doing some research, and I was like, "Holy shit, we're on a little bit of a correction." And then I got a couple of phone calls from people asking, "Hey, why is the market down? Why is the market down?" So I felt it relevant to go live, so that's what I thought we'd do. I appreciate you guys all kind of saying hi in the comments. I know I don't do the normal traditional live a lot. A lot of times I do the kind of the vertical live. So let's get down into it. And we've been talking about a lot of the cryptos that, quite frankly, if you guys have been watching me for a couple of years, we have been watching a lot of those charts for 2+ years, and this is kind of where it all pays off. And I kind of agree with what we're seeing from Michaela right in the comments. This is kind of a healthy pullback. Obviously, we're going to talk about kind of what's happening. I think we should dive into the crypto bubbles a little bit right now, and let's talk about exactly kind of where we're at. The biggest losers, I guess, we'll call it a game show, if you will. Okay, but on the day, in that top 100, it is kind of interesting to see, I think, on days like this, which cryptos are kind of defying the market, right? Which cryptos are not on an extreme correction, okay? Because right now, pretty much across the board, this is programmatic almost, okay? 20% basically across the board. But what I feel like it's relevant to talk about, and probably of the ones that we do talk about on the day, I think the ones dropping the hardest will obviously be the meme coins. Jasmy's again hit pretty good. Aptos also, some of the Polkadot is down, Polygon as well as ASI. I'm just naming the ones we do talk about on the channel because that's probably why you guys are tuning in. Chainlink, and that's one that's been kind of running hot. Chainlink and HBAR, so seeing them down, that's kind of intriguing. And Cardano down 18.3%. So I kind of agree with it, right? For me, that's a big hit on the day. But you kind of look at this Cardano price the first time under $1 for a long time. So I kind of agree with the comment that somebody said from, I think it was Tim, bought a handful of ADA on the dip. So that's kind of where I'm at, right? I think a lot of us missed the boat and seeing Cardano at $1.30. Essentially, if you think this is a healthy pullback, well, I think we should buy healthy. Okay. That's just kind of how I view it. This is clearance. This is kind of like a little Black Friday flash sale if you are long on crypto. Okay. That's just kind of how I view it. Obviously, I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto. That's kind of my mantra here. I think we're all adults in the room. We can make our own decisions. I'm just telling you guys my story and kind of how I feel about the markets. All right. I want to get into a couple pieces, though, in this live stream where kind of has jogged my mind of stuff could be going on in that regard. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in. We got some cool stuff planned for you in this live stream. If you can, though, let YouTube know that we are live. Make sure you guys all hit that like button. totally free to do so. Appreciate it if you guys can. And also, it does mean a lot when you guys show up for these, because when you guys show up for these live streams, a lot of times, you know, they force feed you guys our videos here on YouTube. But when you show up for the live streams, and I don't go live as much as I should do, okay? It's kind of tough. I do a lot of stuff on the side with trading and other kind of things I got my hands into outside of crypto. So when I do have time to go live, we got some Monday Night Football tonight. So we'll be kind of dueling, I guess you would say, for my attention, as well as I got a couple kids that are kind of, it's been hell in my household. We got some hand, foot, and mouth going on. So that's going to be, for those of you that are parents, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's been kind of, simply put, utter hell the last few days, but 'tis the season, right? So let's get into it. I want to share with you guys some stuff. We got some cool sponsors we're going to talk about as well. We are going to talk about CoinW a little bit. That's a team that I just partnered with, more so because I want to share with you guys the private trading community that they do offer. It's why I switched gears kind of. I like what they have to offer in terms of an exchange as well. But let's keep it moving. If you can, obviously light up the comments box. I'm pretty good at getting back to you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, we'll get those in due time. Okay. And yeah, I see some stuff here. Michaela, you've been always vocal in the chat. I appreciate you. When I do go live, I remember your name. You know, I'm not some big 200,000 YouTube channel, so it's more intimate here. I kind of have a good feel of who shows up every day. And that's kind of the name of the game. Okay. So, Free, what's happening, man? Thank you for tuning in. Jahan, or John, I should say, sorry. It's a lot of caffeine today. I apologize. Yeah, I kind of is already passed out, meaning, what do you mean? Like they're done, they're exhausted, they're not going to go up anymore. I kind of have to, not financial advice, but I kind of have to lean towards the argument this is just a healthy correction. There's a couple of things I want to share with you guys, though, a little bit later on, kind of reasons outside the box thinking why it goes down. Okay. I just want to say hello to a lot of people tuning in. Sushil, not too familiar with Kusama, full transparency. Chase, yeah. If you've been watching my XRP videos, that's a crypto that I was kind of waiting for this to happen to be honest. I was waiting for a pullback. I think that if this is just a one-day pullback, then we're gonna be quite all right. If this is, you know, something where we give back what we just got, I kind of want to pull up these charts here. So let's do that. And let's pull up some charts. That's kind of the best way to do this. What's up, Giovanni? Yeah, so we'll pull up XRP, get you guys going. And this interface is CoinW. I want to share with you guys kind of why I switched them. It's kind of one of my favorite interfaces right now. Okay, so you can see here, if we tune into the kind of 30-minute, you'll see this candle a little bit better. All right. But this has been kind of sudden in a way. All right. This did happen a little bit back. This is the Bitcoin chart. Okay. Bitcoin's kind of holding more steady. They kind of already had their issue. And I'll talk to you guys about what's going on with Bitcoin. That's kind of one of the biggest stories, I think, of the day. Okay. But you're going to see the altcoins get hit a little bit harder. Okay. And honestly, if we look at XRP, okay, dating back till we were about $2.62 on the 8th of December, that's kind of when we started this downtrend. Okay. And you can see it right here in this live view right now. Okay. This has been a pretty sharp decline on that note. Okay. And where we're at right now, I think that XRP will bounce back to about $2.20, $2.23, $2.25 very, very quickly. Okay. Some cryptos right now, just the way the liquidations are set up with the buy the short ratio, there's a lot of kind of behind the scenes that certain cryptos, unless something, you know, macro crazy happens, it's just impossible for them to go low in this short period of time. So that's going to be the storyline, I think, is seeing how fast these cryptos rebound. Right now at $2.21, or if we're trading at 213, I should say, we are at the bottom of this wick, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better. Okay. That's kind of where we're at right now. Okay. So all things considered, we are starting to see some buyback right now. This was more than 20%. And now we're, people are buying up the dips. So that's going to be the big storyline right now of the evening. And especially as we wake up tomorrow morning in different markets, different time zones, how long is this going to be kind of the story? All right. So we talked a little bit about Bitcoin, and I will this is something cool you can do here. I want to pull this up for you guys. So if I do a 2-chart layout, okay, you can see kind of how cryptos are trading against each other. And I think this is how you do it. Give me 1 second. So we do pull up the Bitcoin chart, and I kind of like doing this in a comparison standpoint. Okay. And this is how you can kind of see what Bitcoin's doing, right? That's the wrong one. So we are going to change that. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And this is a very cool kind of perspective to look at it, right? So you can see how closely cryptos mirror each other. All right, but Bitcoin only down 3.56%, but it's the same trend lines, the same chart trajectory. And when you're, trillion plus asset, 3.5% is a lot. So relatively speaking, when we talk about XRP, it's the same trend lines. I mean, these charts stack up alongside of each other. The Bitcoin dominance is pretty much in full effect. In my personal opinion, it is something that needs to be talked about, but it's something where I agree with the majority of you guys. Michaela has been pretty adamant in the chat. Load up on alts. This is kind of my mindset right now. And I was literally about to pull the trigger and dump a couple thousand into a meme coin. I got a tip on from my buddy, and literally I'm like thinking right now, okay, crypto's down 20+%. Obviously you can make gains in meme coins buying at the bottom, but just kind of full-heartedly, I think that right now the money might be better spent getting into these dips right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think that you guys look at kind of the levels that we're talking about. Yeah, low circulation coins, they're going to hit a little bit harder. So I do agree with that narrative for sure. Yeah, so for me, and I'm going to pull this up for you guys. I don't show this enough, but I want to show it to you guys. I do talk about this a lot when I'm on other people's streams, but I don't go live a lot myself. So this is kind of cool. I get to kind of give you guys my full everything. But SUI, it's actually SUI, but it's funny how, when cryptos are bought, like kind of just on the come up, you don't really give 2 cents about how the pronunciation goes or even what it means. But I did find out a couple weeks ago that it's actually, I've always known it was SUI, right? But people call it SUI. It's more catchy. It's more easy. But this is something where I was going to load up on this crypto when it was at $4, and now we're back at 360. Okay. And this is one of the cryptos where I think I'm going to drop a bag on. I just have a very, very good outlook on SUI. And for those of you that are wondering, it actually is the Japanese translation of water. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. But this list, okay, and if you look at this list right now, okay, and you see kind of where we're at, this has always been kind of my mindset, okay? When I trade crypto, obviously anybody can act like a genius with the top 10, right? Those are multi-billion-dollar cryptos. They've been around for quite some time. Maybe the only ones that you can have kind of tout yourself and your trading ability is with Tron and Avalanche, because they have, and Toncoin, really, Chainlink as well. They have made some come-ups, okay? But right now, and I will talk about Pepe a little bit later on, because they're kind of interesting on the day, and I'll share with you guys why, okay? But more so when we talk about this, the cryptos that are at like that, I call it the sweet spot, okay? And what I mean by that is they aren't low caps, they're not high caps, they're kind of just mid-majors in a way. And what I mean by that, in a sense, is these cryptos are kind of just, they haven't really had their push yet. So when we go down this list in the top, Litecoin, Aptos, I'm just naming these. I'm not telling you guys to buy these. I will never do that. I'm just kind of going off what I from my research. Near protocol, H bars kind of made their move a little bit. ICP, obviously, if you don't care about VC backing, Polygon, Kronos is another big one. I think Kronos is really much undervalued. But one of the two big ones here is Arbitrum and Caspa. Okay, just to name a few, right? Filecoin. I think these are all cryptos that have such great utility and they actually can do things in the world. But they're just, not everything can be a top 10 crypto. But these cryptos have a lot more room to get adoption. Okay. And that's kind of where I'm at. I got to send a quick text message. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Dealing with some family stuff. Okay. So to get into some comments before I start going a little bit more. So, okay. Yeah, Arthur, no bear market, my opinion. I think this is very healthy. We're going to talk about some of the more macro things that might be causing this. Okay. Let me talk about this a little bit. Okay, there we go. Forgot to do something on the back end. Yeah, so meme coins are going to get hit a little bit harder, but kind of the interesting thing that I want to share with you guys is some of the meme coins that trade along Ethereum. Okay. And if we look at the crypto bubbles, you can notice that all of the cryptos basically are down almost 20%. Ethereum is only down 7%. Okay. Now this has been moving. This is, a lot of these cryptos, the dips are getting bought. Okay. We could already see the ones that were down 20+%. Now they're back in the teens. But for me, Ethereum, this is the one worth taking a notice on. So a lot of times when you have these crashes, you really can read between the lines a lot more, in my opinion, by looking at the cryptos that are not doing, anybody can throw darts at the wall and talk about cryptos when they're up. But it's the same thing with everything in life, really. When you're down, that's kind of when it all comes full circle. And I think right now, as we look at the market, Ethereum is the one crypto that's kind of prevailing. Okay. And them only being down 7%, I think gives cause, especially when they've been running hot. Okay. Ethereum was over 4,000 and now they're trading at 3699, 3700, whatever you want to call it. And this is a testament to, I think, the strength that Ethereum is showing towards Bitcoin. Now, historically, we've seen Bitcoin run, the money flows into alts, Ethereum pumps, and then that money goes right into, the capital goes into meme coins. And the cycle is it's a vicious trend that we've seen every 4 years. But Ethereum's strength right now is kind of what is appealing to me. Now, when we talk Ethereum, we got to talk Pepe. So when we talk Pepe is only down 1.8% on the day. And that is, I think, worth noting. And I'll pull up Pepe's chart against Bitcoin. And you could see the buying support they've had comparison. They've had the same dip, but they've had more buying support than other cryptos within this flash crash, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So that's my takeaway. I think Ethereum and I think Pepe coin, those are the cryptos that I think that right now you have to understand the strength that's coming behind them. Okay. And while we're on this graph and I got you guys live, I will share with you guys kind of what's going on with this. Okay. If you guys want to start trading on CoinW, I do have a link down below. I did switch. I am going to be talking about them as my sponsored exchange for the channel. Reason why is because not only do they offer spot trading and futures trading, they're doing a free Pepe airdrop with my link. You get basically Pepe to start trading. I think if you deposit 50, you get 50 in Pepe. But also, there's something very interesting within my link in my description. You can see it where there is a private trading community. Okay, so they've basically hired professional traders in a Telegram group to do research, talk about technical analysis, market trends, market analysis, and these are the people that move markets. So if you do want to start trading on CoinW, sign up with my link. You will get a link to go into that verification portal on Telegram. You guys should be familiar with that. And basically verify that you did sign up with my link. You will get free access to that private trading group. Okay. Go over there. And that's where you can kind of get their free analysis and insights and trade futures and spot. with CoinW. Okay, so I want to just kind of talk to you guys about that. Check it out. They do offer all the cryptos that we talk about. Okay. Yes, Dominic. So more so, let's get into some other discussion. And this is kind of why I want to segue into kind of this news that came out a little bit earlier today. And this was 9 hours ago. And the interesting thing about this is, the first thing I did was probably what you guys did. I got all these notifications. My phone lit up like a Christmas tree. Why is the market down? Okay. Why is the market down? That's, I think, the question we all asked ourselves, right? So what it comes down to is, if you're looking for answers, sometimes in crypto, it just doesn't matter. My personal opinion, not financial advice, the market was just running a little bit hot. And unless this goes on for like, a week where we just dump 20% every day, I think it's going to be really, really kind of enticing to understand why. And I think this is maybe possibly something that had to do with the Bitcoin drop, and then it triggered a massive sell-off. Maybe people are reading between the lines, but I just think right now in the market, the bullish news is outweighing the bearish news in the headlines. And that's kind of why, and I think the market is just so sensitive because of how big it got so quick. Okay. So the littlest catalyst, whether it's a favorable or a unfavorable catalyst, is going to affect the market extremely hard. Just because it's very sensitive right now, in my opinion, just because of we're at that point where you can't go up that fast, that quick, and it's a tipping point, right? Everybody's just riding high, making profits, making gains, and unfortunately, it's very sensitive. That's the best word I can describe it with. Okay. So the littlest headline could shift everything like this. So I want to talk about this El Salvador thing because it's kind of interesting. Okay. But Dominic, I want to talk about this. I'll bring up your comment. I'm not sure exactly, I don't know anything jurisdictionally. So make sure you do your research within the KYC policy in the terms and conditions if you do want to sign up. But to my understanding, you can. It just may be a KYC thing. Okay. Yeah, Michaela, I agree with you. Big money moves. Big money moves. And that's kind of where we look at. Mike, I got to agree with you. This historically is what we've seen, but I don't think it's just going to be this one that starts altcoin season. Okay. I think this could happen quite often. I think that could happen quite often before we hit altcoin season. You got to look back at historical trends, right? Crypto has a funny way of repeating itself. And in my opinion, we're going to get a few of these before we actually hit altcoin season. If you do look at the numbers, though, yes, it does say that technically we are in altcoin season. We're in the start of it. Boss Squeak, what's up, man? But you have to understand kind of timelines and historical trends and how this all lines up. It all makes sense. So I think we just got to not be emotional and just kind of trust our charts, trust our best judgment. And, I don't want to say training, but, you guys have probably been doing this for quite some time. So you know exactly what's going on. But this is interesting before we get into some major headlines. Okay. The El Salvador plans for their Bitcoin policy changed, right? As they secured 1.3 billion in an IMF loan. Okay. Now, I think that I read somewhere where they found like $3 trillion in gold or some $3 billion in gold or something stupid. And this is kind of where they're jumping ship. And, their adoption of Bitcoin had not materialized as the IMF urged El Salvador to address the Bitcoin-related risks. And this was back when we were trading at 21,000 of BTC. Okay. And, looking at this is where they've, committed to buying even more. But the El Salvador thing, I want to kind of Google it. This is kind of interesting why it changed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read about this. Yeah, something basically, I think they stumbled on a ton of gold. So now they're going to be mining this gold. So they basically come into a bunch of money, and they may not be needing Bitcoin. Excuse me. But this is kind of an interesting story to follow. Okay, so this deal would unlock $2 billion in global financing. Their policy is shifting, so this could be something where, yeah, El Salvador found 50 million ounces of gold worth about 131 billion at current prices, and you know they're saying that he's going to rush to mine it all as possible to buy Bitcoin. Maybe that's kind of the reason, but that should be a bullish headline. So I'm not sure if, quite frankly, this is it. Okay. The IMF has scrutinized this. So this is a situation to monitor. I don't think there's going to be any crazy kind of news from that. Outside of that, you could see the shockwaves felt. Yeah, this is kind of where I'm dating back to. Meme coins are outperforming on a bad day. That kind of shows the strength of Ethereum, right? That's kind of where I'm at. But other than that, let's load up on some comments. I want to kind of get into your guys' thoughts real quick. Giovanni, yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. I kind of agree with all of that. But Michaela, I don't quite frankly think that we are going to see that much that much weakness. Just my 2 cents. I think that with what the market's doing, we could talk Bitcoin till we're blue in the face. I just don't know if we're going to get down that low. If we talk about Bitcoin, I mean, you're talking 86,000. I mean, that would be, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a kind of a crazy drop. This is not going to be a good way to look at it. Okay. So on the daily candles, 86,000 basically almost erases, yeah, all of that. So everything that we've been running on essentially goes away. We'd quite frankly lose like all of that. That would be absolutely crazy, just being honest. So if you do think that we're going to see this and, we get this kind of whatever that looks like, maybe. But I think we're going to find some support along the way. At worst, I think we're already starting to wake up to where we're going to. I mean, this is kind of, I think 96,000 is probably the floor on this crash. Not financial advice, just kind of me using my 2 cents. But all right, let's see. Buy low cap, yeah. I'm kind of with you, Giovanni. This is more so for me an opportunity more than a crash. So DAG Constellation, no thoughts on that. It's not in my portfolio. But I mean, this is kind of fits my criteria in a way. We'll take a look at the trading indicator, see what it's showing. And yeah, I mean, we're showing momentum down. This is on the 1 hour off of Mexi. If we look at it more so kind of zoomed out, you kind of see what's going on. I mean, it's still momentum up territory on the daily. But yeah, this kind of fits the criteria for Constellation. It's kind of holding true as well, only down 3.5%. And yeah, it's one of those cryptos. It's only 250 million. So it's in that 280 spot. It has room to run, right? I always look, for those cryptos kind of in that 30th or below. that you really can make some gains on. But it is kind of interesting to see this list in the top 100 to see which cryptos are moving, and you're starting to see, like I talked about with Ethereum and Pepe Coin a little bit, and Bitcoin shares the same kind of narrative, but which cryptos are not getting hit the hardest are the ones that potentially are showing that's more of a sign of strength in a day like today. So appreciate you guys all tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. Smash that like button. As always, we're gonna start going live a little bit more. So great turnout. I know this is kind of like news hacking with the market being down, but it's more so me just keeping you guys abreast with where my head's at. It's a little bit more relative than me talking about it. So in separate videos. So figure just encompass them all. Outside of that, kind of check what's going on X. See what's happening. This is kind of where I get my fast information. Yeah, see this is kind of where we're looking at it. Talk a little bit more so about this. Nobody really knows, honestly. It's just kind of a bad day. That's kind of where I'm at. So a lot of people, there are, for as many bullish people there are and that want crypto to go up, there's a lot of shorts out there in the market right now. A lot of traditional finance people, in my opinion, are extremely bearish on crypto. They just don't understand why it's up. And that's kind of interesting. So, but it's all the same kind of dump. It's all mirroring each other. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of the news headlines. I don't think it has anything to do with the Hawk Tuah meme. Kind of interesting story with that. Ethereum, I agree with that. Ethereum, they're showing their dominance a little bit, defying the market. And yeah, this is going to add a lot of confusion. But I think bullish times are ahead. I think that number 3 on this list, you could talk about the David Sachs announcement, right? AI and crypto, that's going to boom. Coinbase, they restricted a lot of accounts, talking about more regulations and all that. That could possibly, I just don't think I just think we are running a little too hot. Personally, that's kind of where I'm at. So outside of that, yeah, so I'll open up the chat if you guys want to fire some off. I'll get to your guys' comments. We'll try to throw it back and forth for a minute, and then I'll get you guys on your way. But Knackers, yeah, I think this is where I'm at on that, truly. Yeah. Kind of have to agree with you on that comment. Ortis, yeah. If you've been here since 2018, you know the deal. Yeah, I'll keep the chat open. Fire some cryptos off. Let's try to talk some crypto. Let me know what meme coins you guys are in. I'm always looking for tips on meme coins. Kind of dabble in that a little bit more than I should, but we all know how that works. Also, for those of you that are just showing up to the live stream, I talked a little bit about my private community. If you do want to sign up with CoinW, check it out, link down below. And there is that private trading community with professional traders. If you do futures trading, spot trading, very, very productive asset, I think, to add to your crypto belt, your tool belt, if you will. So if you do trade futures, spot even, check out that link down below where you can sign up with CoinW. All you have to do is verify through Telegram, and that will get you access, free access, mind you. A lot of times people charge for this, but if you use my link, it is completely free. And if you deposit $50, I believe you get $50 free in a Pepe airdrop. So right into your CoinW account. So check them out if you are looking for a new exchange. Yes, I believe you can, Dominic. Yeah, the interesting thing too, I kind of want to knackers my investing background, stocks and kind of just the crypto come up just like a lot of people. And then once you start making those kind of gains in crypto, you kind of learn fast. And I've been doing this before before the whole FOMO GME thing. First crypto I ever bought was AMP actually. Actually, I shouldn't say it was Bitcoin. First crypto I ever bought was Bitcoin. Not as much I should, but um, kind of my timeline. I bought AMP, then I bought some Jasmy, then I bought some Cardano, um, a lot of Cardano, and then the rest is history. Now we're just full blown in the thick of it. But yeah, I think probably the same as about everybody who's made money trading crypto. It kind of just happens, and then it's like an oh crap moment. I got to figure this stuff out. Yeah, Chris, I've always talked about ICP, and I am bullish on what ICP does. The only thing about them is a lot of that VC narrative scares, I think, the institutions away outside of the institutions. No, not my full-time gig. I got a lot of side businesses, and my main day to day is crazy. But I just like talking, honestly. So kind of where I'm at. Also have a sports gambling channel. If you guys are in the United States or wherever you want to check that out, there's a link on my homepage. We do talk sports betting. Yeah, yeah, that with Chris, that with the D pen, really, I mean, I love ICP. I love it. It's just I don't know if it's ever going to get past that narrative within the VC stuff. For sure, man. Um, yeah, Michaela, that's kind of where I was at with Cardano. It's actually why I bought it. I was looking for a stable crypto with a lot of upside. Um, and my cost basis on that's just a little bit below $1.50 now. And it's probably my largest holding in terms of how many coins, I should say, not necessarily dollar value. Yeah. The RSR, that's interesting. I'll pull that one up for you guys because it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens with this. And you could see kind of over the last month, I mean, you could basically connect the dots. Every crypto went up, but they probably went a little bit kind of haywire and pumped real hard when the SEC chair was announced. And I'm kind of interested on the conflict of interest with that, what's actually going to happen, how that's going to play out. And, if he's going to have to recuse himself, or if, you know, it's just, somehow gets incorporated and goes absolutely bonkers. Um, yeah. So a little bit more on Cardano. Cardano just came out with their constitution, which is interesting in terms of what they're trying to do from a governance standpoint. But see, this is just, I talk Cardano every day. And the funny thing about it is nobody cares. There's the real techie people, Cardano, and then there's like that retail people that kind of just bought Cardano because it was, third in market cap at one point, and just thought it was a legit kind of opportunity. And then the rest of the world just kind of hates Cardano because it's boring. So it's just kind of like three kind of investors that get into ADA, and for my money, and I have that pretty much staked away. I don't plan on selling that. It's a top 10 crypto. It's it's been an outstanding month, but as we look into Cardano and kind of where they're at from an all-time high standpoint, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, this is pretty. I mean, this is, whew. I mean, I'm looking back at the days I bought Cardano. I bought it like right around here on this upswing a lot. I actually bought some at around $2.80-90 right before it dumped. Kind of regret doing that, but the nice thing about using dollar cost averaging, I bought a lot when it was down here. I actually did a lot of videos, Cardano or a quarter. Which one would you rather have? I thought that was a good spin on it, and that's a great way to dollar cost average. And it's going to be interesting, I think, with Cardano. Got a lot of pissed off investors. So when we do get back to this territory, this is going to be kind of hard. I think a lot of people, once we get over $2, are going to be very reluctant to hold. I think there's going to be a lot of sellers. There's going to be a lot of resistance once we come close to that level, I think, across the board in crypto. Thanks, Jesse. But yeah, I mean, the two cryptos that I think have crazy upside, not financial advice, is just, obviously the ones that are tied in with politics right now. I don't know how that's going to shake out. I don't think nobody does. But you talk about Ada, Hoskinson, Garlinghouse with XRP. There's a reason why the Trump administration kind of cherry-picked a couple crypto heads to formulate discussions and make regulation decisions, okay? So kind of where I'm at on that. So you got to trust the process. And, they weren't calling Vitalik. They weren't calling, other heads of crypto. They were Hoskinson and Garlinghouse. So making the United States the crypto stranglehold of the world, that's going to be kind of the narrative, and see how that all shakes out. And I think that the U.S.-based crypto companies and the ones that are based out of the United States, they have kind of the leg up right now, as a lot of people, have talked about the tax breaks possibly being implemented, treating crypto like it's a different sector and category in itself. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Giovanni, I traded some Turbo. I don't have it anymore. But yeah, that was a good move. You did. I remember that live stream actually, and it actually kind of exploded on that day. It's having a bit of a comeback too right now. Yeah, God knows. God knows what she's up to. Help me out with this, Andy. What do you mean by that? ISO 2002 compliant? Kind of curious what you mean by that. Thoughts on Algorand? Your average is 13 cents. Well, I think that if your average is 13 cents, you're doing pretty well for yourself. So, as always, my kind of mantra is I'll never tell you to buy or sell a crypto, but I also will tell you that no one, especially your significant other, will ever be mad at you for taking profits in crypto. I can count on both of my hands, my toes, my ears, whatever you want to count, the times where I wish I would have taken profits in crypto and I didn't. So I think that's kind of my mindset in this cycle, is take profits. So, yep, that's about it. Got some Monday Night Football tonight. Gonna be excited for that. Something better than the market right now. Yeah, that was a disappointment. I think they dropped the ball on that. I think they had an opportunity. Quite frankly, they had an opportunity to really set the tone for the people who had no knowledge of crypto. I think that they had a large platform and they dropped the ball. It was more of an interrogation, and Garlinghouse was defending crypto instead of educating the world. And, I was so pissed off when I was at my day job today. I was talking with people and literally telling people that are just completely ignorant and naive to crypto. Just tell them, I'm like, you know, these, like, you stare at people that, you know, I'm not gonna ever, I guess, put anybody down, but when you do this for so long and you kind of have like goals and aspirations and you make money in crypto and you just look at like the day-to-day job workforce and even like minimum wage, and like you respect the hell out of those people that do show up every day and they work, and it's just, that's fine, and that's a great appreciation. You know, pretty much all of our ancestors, you know, tip your hat to them. But like, it just bothers me now with what I'm doing in my life when I just get so frustrated when I just see the wheel, like just the wheel just of like 9 to 5s and, you know, 401ks and retirement plans, financial advisors, social security, health insurance, like all that just comes into like full circle. And it's just like, what are we doing? Why can't this be fixed where you could, like, we're going to be dead and gone before you know it? And it's just like, why are we, like, why are, like, you almost get this like hopelessness. Like, it's just, the world is just screwed. But kind of where I'm at, I just, you know, you lose kind of faith in the system, I guess. And it's just like, you see these people, they're just never going to get out from under a rock. And it's just like, you just want to just scream crypto. And, you know, it's just like, I don't know. You talk about like a 5-year plan. I mean, that's a pretty good 5-year plan for me. Time management. Yeah. I tell you what, Chris, if my day was, if my day was, I guess I would say if I had a 27-hour day, life would be great. It's just like, you know, 5 hours of sleep, if that. And then you need to have like, I just need like 3 to 4 more hours a day. And it would be amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing, since I've started doing like this on the side, you know, I actually stopped for a while because it was so hard trading on top of just making content. And, you know, now it's like I golf pretty frequently, and, you know, I country club membership, played 3, 4 times a week, hit balls. Now you get kids and stuff, and it's just like, if I go play a round of golf and carry on a little bit, that's 4 to 6 hours of my day where I'm just like, do I have that 4 to 6 hours? And in a bull market, the answer is no. It's just not there. So yeah, I agree with that. That was horrid. I watched it. I watched. Yeah, it was bad. I will tell you guys, I don't care really if you voted for Trump or if you didn't vote for Trump. It's not really, my business. But there was, on Meet the Press, they interviewed Trump for about an hour and a half almost. Go check that out. That's a good watch. Really good watch, actually. If you're anxious about the next 4 years, I think it actually was more deliverable than any of the debates or any of the bickering leading up to the election. Um, Go check that out on Meet the Press. It was really good, actually. But I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. Go enjoy yourself. The night is young. 6 o'clock on a Monday. Don't be listening to some guy on YouTube. But appreciate you guys and all you do and being part of the channel. Before I let you go, though, one more plug on CoinW. If you guys looking for an exchange, spot futures, they got it going on. Top 15 exchange in the world. And right now, like I said, the draw to them, they will do that Pepe airdrop if you use my link. So who doesn't like some free Pepe? Also, within CoinW, in my link, you do get access to that private trading Telegram group with professional traders. So if you want to trade with me, hop on over there, check it out. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. Just join us and see if you like it. All right. So that's what I got. Appreciate you guys. We went for almost an hour. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the comments. And also, before you guys sign off, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And give me a follow on X if you haven't done so, at TCryptoMark. Trying to build that platform. I post stuff there, from there, more so real-time information. Also, one thing about YouTube that I do want to address, I have nothing to do with the bots. It's kind of a trend and a plague that's affecting everybody that I talk to on YouTube. And quite frankly, we're sick of it. You guys are sick of it. It's hurting my watch time. My channel can't grow because of it. And yeah, those are just spammers. Nothing we can do about it. I block the cryptos that they talk about. They change a number or a word or punctuation, and then they get right back into the comments. So just disregard that. If you do leave me a comment worth reading, I will get to it in my videos. I know how to go through them. I know what to look for. I go right to you guys, and I can tell who's real and who's not. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people that do watch me don't understand who's real and who's not. So they think that stuff's actually true, and pretty much never is true. So always just, be safe out there and use your due diligence for sure. So with that, I'll leave you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll see you guys on the channel, and we'll be back hopefully for some more live streams. This was a great turnout. Thank you, and cheers.